Hi, this is Suzanne Wachtel, and today we're going to discuss a very important topic. A topic that really applies to all of us. It applies to every relationship we have, whether casual or intimate, family, children, friends, partners, co-workers. Everybody, to be fulfilled and happy, typically needs to feel loved and cared about. There are 5 common love languages, and love languages are things that make a person feel loved and cared about. You may have 1 or 2 of these things, you may have all of them. There's no right or wrong. These are just certain things that make you feel loved and cared about. So to give you the list, the first love language is words of affirmation. People telling you they love you, or you're wonderful, or they care about you. So the communicating of words can make some people feel loved. The second one is touch. Some people feel very loved with a hug, holding of hands, intimacy. Touch makes them feel loved. Another important one is quality time. Some people feel loved when you spend quality time with them. And they feel very special. Another one is acts of service. Some people feel super loved when you're doing things for them. For example, cooking, doing their laundry, doing an errand. Those acts of service often make people feel cared about and loved. Another one is gifts. Some people feel very cared about when you buy them a gift or give them a gift, pick them a flower, buy them their favorite cookie. It could go from a cookie to a Gucci bag. It could be any kind of gift. So these are the 5 things that really are most common in the love languages. So here's the largest hurdle that occurs with the love languages. For example, if my love language is quality time and acts of service, right? Like if you do something for me, you make a dinner for me, you go out of your way, and you spend time with me and we really connect, I feel very loved. I always use this as a funny example. My daughter, her favorite is gifts. It is what it is. So if I just go hang out with her and do her laundry, she doesn't feel loved. That's my love language. So we often, as in this example, do things for other people thinking that that is their love language too. And when we do these things out of love, they may not be feeling loved at all because we're missing the mark. So I figured out a way to have me feel loved and my daughter. If I take her to the mall and buy her presents, then she feels loved and I get to hang out and do acts of service for her and I feel loved. So it's a win-win situation. This is a very common mistake that people make, which is to assume that everybody has your love languages. Now, when you look at people out of the box and you really even have a conversation, there's a popular book called The 5 Love Language, written by a psychologist who really noticed all of these traits in his couples work. And I totally stand behind him in agreeing that people do have these various types of love languages. And when you are thinking about it and really analyzing it, it helps you to understand and interpret the things that you personally need to feel loved and what other people need to feel loved. So let's take a couple that's courting, right? And her love language is gifts and her love language is acts of service. And while they're dating, and his is physical touch, let's say, and words of affirmation. So here they're dating and he's bringing her flowers and he's doing lovely things for her, acts of service, and she's feeling so loved. And in exchange, she's praising him with her words and giving him lovely embraces. And he's feeling super loved. Fast forward, they get married. And now he's thinking, okay, well, we own a home now and she's got a child and she's busy and I'm working, so my going to work every day and financially providing is my love language. Because he was giving the gifts, he was giving the time, so it translated over to working and giving the money. She did not experience her love language as the acts of service and the special gifts. It became for her something that everybody just does, and she started to feel very unloved, taken for granted, uncared about, and therefore the hurt and the resentment began to build. And they did not understand these differences in their love languages. Now, at the core, they loved one another, but they were not able, because they had no idea, how to communicate to each other their love languages. So love languages are super important, whether it's our children. If we have a child that really feels loved when you sit with them or take them for a walk or just spend quality time one-on-one, but you're busy and you're on the phone, but hey, you took them shopping and you paid for this or that. They're not feeling, they're going to act out because they're feeling neglected. This is a wonderful skill to even discuss with friends, or a loved one, or, what do you think your love language is? Like, do you feel loved when you're getting a hug? Do you feel loved when someone is, it's your birthday and you're getting all these presents? Do you feel loved when people praise you? Do you feel loved when somebody does things for you? Do you feel loved? These are the variety of discussions. And, in my private practice, I work with many couples and families and people dating, and often they miss the mark. They're not able to really pay attention to what is their love language, and unless somebody has the same love language, you may miss out on a good opportunity. So I feel that this love language is a very important topic to know about, understand, and use it as a tool. It's a fantastic tool in any relationship that you have. I find that it's been very helpful for me to really figure out what people's love languages are and then to really make them feel loved. It's a win-win. And I have to say that I've known about and worked with this. I've done workshops on this, and people come away with a lot more awareness and insight into the people in their lives, and most important, into themselves. And when you feel loved, oh my goodness, there's nothing better. It's so empowering. It feels so wonderful. And no matter what's going on in the world or in your life, if you're feeling loved and understood first by yourself and then the people around you, it's really a wonderful feeling of security and empowerment and self-worth. So I will leave you with that today, and I will highly recommend that you order the book, The 5 Love Languages, if you want to take it further and learn more. I think it's a wonderful book. I'm sure you can purchase it on Amazon, and I highly recommend it. So have a beautiful day and try to figure out what your love languages are. Have a good day. Bye-bye.